Well, I have toured La Richmond by first going to Popeyes, where they have a gravy which is so wonderful. I could not hold back my begging. Not nearly as good as my grandfather's, but obviously still quite nice. I shared with them some stories about making it down to Mardi Gras from where these spices came from. It my trail through COVID after being rejected for hospital care by black nurses running a hospital, after being hit several times by black drivers in Louisiana, St. Louis. So ultimately, I went over to Panda Express and I asked a white woman if I could get something to eat. And she brought me a Chinese manager. And he said, I can't give it out for free. And I was asking him, could you give me a hairless panda for free? Is this diplomacy? Or is this Thanksgiving? You have failed. You know, the Louisiana black chick, manager of Popeyes, which is commonly all black, because black people only hire black people, because the white man's stopping them from jobs everywhere, right? A circumstance under which she had to make money and leaving me with a small cup of instant mashed potatoes and gravy, were in fact a loss in her profit. Then I went to Bojangles with a white man manager, Mr. Bo. Couldn't afford anything on Thanksgiving. I called him a communist with an American flag, which I got from the guys who ran on D Day. The National Army here in Richmond was sacrificed to the Germans for trying to rise again with a second White House. Now it's just governing a skyscraping graffiti based project in retardation. Ultimately, you know, I recollected about what to say here, and I noticed, I told a bunch of people how we took down Hitler. It was actually through the Navajo language. The Navajo language is how we ran all our espionage examples against the Germans. They did not know the Navajo language, only we did. The Navajo strategically worked with us, as did my first fiance's father in the Pentagon, to map out how to find Saddam Hussein. Independent Native American, part of the ancient Navajo identity. And find myself back at McDonald's for just a place to sit. You know, what can I bring back to my Navajo reserve with this kind of behavior on Thanksgiving? What kind of land grabs can I make under the circumstances? These people have chicaded on the 50 stars with a capitalist plight. How easy was that agricultural means to get away into a good dinner? The Pilgrims taught the Navajo and the natives farming so they didn't have to move around in the wild and jeopardize their life. That was the ultimate value in Thanksgiving, is bringing people to the table to learn, to work together, to build a community. Yet we have found corporate America with repugnant drones, like the last one I went at Sonic, a Latina woman who couldn't take the time to even give me a hot dog, which takes no money and no time. The pork grinds of intestine, the most unkosher of them all. All 90s corporate entities which cannot market Thanksgiving. Oops, I did it again. I played with your heart. I got lost in the game. What you gonna do now? So when does this ramification of simplification of retardation into racialism end in a rational premise? Now, obviously, the Renaissance out of the Aryan reign of the Nazis was strategically ran through Europe and Russia for a principle and compensation to get America in on the northern hemispherical circumstances after claiming it. And naturally, we've been fighting Hitler for so long now. China has been fighting Hitler for so long now. Just lost, by the way. A chance for the Navajo once again to take claim to this land with strategic top classified bullshit to verify what all the espionage has measured out of the Second World War, which is happening right now. It never ended because it's an economic war, which never endingly plays checkers. My child is on a New Mexico place right now, and maybe I should go back there. I don't know. But we know that Navi are painted up like German tribal folk. Is that not true? And Hitler drew a Navi, a German tribal fat big titted woman walking around a bunch of meth addict animals looking at me as the principal piece of art in West Palms Beach. Ho ho ho. So naturally we bring together this schizological reaction. It's not schizophrenic, it's actually deliberated through logic, which you tried to confuse me with, and I just took you down through. It's espionage, it's decoding. It's a premise to bullshit you out of your bullshit. Taming the bull by its horns. Like a German shepherd jumping so high with his back legs. Only the German shepherds know how to do it right. So, naturally, here we are, stuck in World War II. Believe it or not. Nobody knew. But somebody's been watching, collecting information. And guess what? Maybe the best taco is the Navajo taco. Because they fry the carbs. Makes it crispy and tasty. What do you think about that?